Attack on Titan just came back, and even if it was just for a week, it kinda got me thinking. The rumbling is one of the wildest apocalyptic events in fiction. A massive army of skinless giants just go for a walk, resulting in the end of all life wherever they go. But the funny thing about fictional ends of the world is most people look at them and like to think about what they would do. Unfortunately, this isn't your average zombie movie or show where you can imagine yourself as a hardened badass against the world. You'll just die in the rumbling. But it does make for an interesting question. What if the rumbling happened in real life? Obviously, the world of AOT, with its less advanced technology, could do nothing through its sheer military power. But that might not be the case for us. Obviously, we as individuals can't really do anything, but the world's militaries might be a different story. But before getting into what we could do, we have to go into just how deadly the rumbling actually is. Just a single wall titan is already a problem, standing at around 50 meters in height, since that's about how tall the walls they made up are. And they've got the physical brawn to back that up, effortlessly crushing any structures in their path. They also have the defensive capabilities to walk off heavy artillery fire. This isn't even to mention their unnatural speed given their size. They were easily moving faster than the people running away from them, and were also stated to move faster than a galloping horse. This is with Hanji estimating that they could get 600 kilometers inland within half a day. A domesticated horse on average can run over 48 kilometers per hour. And if we assume Hanji is referring to a full day-night cycle, then that would put the wall titans at around 50 kilometers per hour, bare minimum for their walking speed. That isn't even to mention just how many of them there are. We never get an exact number or even a great estimate, but we do have King Fritz being quoted as saying there are tens of millions. Although it's hard to say how accurate this number is, since Paradis should not be nearly big enough to house that many, especially since Fritz had every reason to embellish a bit. Another statement we have is Armin describing Shiganshina's district's wall alone as having hundreds of titans, which is more reliable considering his position, but we really have no absolute way of knowing. It's definitely a heavily debated thing just how many titans there were exactly participating in the rumbling. But most people don't seem to take Fritz's statement at face value, and a lot of doubt is placed on it by the community. For this video, we're gonna be a little reserved and say there's likely tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of them. Now, what happens if the military gets involved? That's not exactly a straightforward question. There's lots of political factors about how governments would respond to such a threat. But what we do know is that the initial ground response would be completely ineffective. Infantry is just useless against wall titans, and it's what brings us to their most devastating weapon: the intense heat that they put off. From making the water around them boil to burning alive any who come close, the anime makes this aspect of them even more impressive, with it explicitly showing people just on fire from being around them. Any ground troops would be instantly overtaken. This would probably be the fate of any ground-based weaponry as well. Like we see demonstrated when Hanji fights off some of the wall titans, their weak spot is the same as any others, the nape of the neck. Our modern weaponry would absolutely be able to damage these monsters, that's for sure. We see how a single explosion from a bombardment managed to blow one titan's arm clean off. And the technology of this world is much less advanced. The problem with things like basic artillery is that it would have to attack from the front and won't be able to aim for the kill shot quite as accurately. I'm sure some would be taken out from a shot to the neck, since modern militaries do have some powerful explosives at their disposal, but not enough to make a meaningful dent before the source of the bombardment would be overtaken as well. enjoyed the video or found it interesting. The rumbling is one of the more creative end-of-the-world concepts that I've seen in fiction, so it was fun to break this down. I'd appreciate it if you could like, comment, and subscribe, and you know what? Let me know what your favorite fictional apocalypse is, because there's some pretty creative ones out there. In the meantime, I hope y'all have a great day and take care. I'll see you around.